Hey, good people. Welcome to another Two for Tuesday. I am Kenesha Nichelle, and I help people who are grieving the loss of a dear loved one find their passion and purpose for life again, even when the pain still feels overwhelming. So I want to thank you for joining me for another grief and motivational talk. Today, we'll be talking about how to handle grief triggers and people watching. So, if you are joining me for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not gotten your free gift from me, I have a Live Again bundle that includes a healing journal and healing affirmations to help get you on the track towards your healing. While we're in this pandemic season and with the coronavirus and us losing so many loved ones, I thought it was important to just create something right now in the moment to where you can begin that healing journey. See, grief can feel overwhelming. It can feel like you are completely consumed. And so I just wanted to give you something where you can start the healing process towards your healing. So if you click the link in my bio and click free gift, or you can visit iwillliveagain.com and you can download your free gift there. So as always, I always start Two for Tuesdays with a inspirational moment from my Strength and Healing book. And so we're going to read today's. Today is September the 8th. And so we're going to read what today's message says. So it's actually a prayer today. So it says, "Dear God, I pray today to have more faith in my own abilities. I sometimes sell myself short and don't go out on a limb, afraid to fail at something even if I really want to try. I let doubt scare me away and talk myself out of things, sure I don't have what it takes to make them happen. Then I regret never having gone after my dreams or feeling accomplished. I know that you have the faith in me, but how do I find faith for myself? Help me to recognize my own worth and strength and to see that I am far more capable than I imagine myself to be. Help me to reach above and beyond where I am to go to where I want to be and to feel happy and fulfilled again. Amen." So when I read this prayer right here, a couple of things stand out to me is the fact that sometimes, we have all of these big hopes and dreams, but we stop ourselves from fulfilling them because we allow our own thoughts of our own abilities to get in the way. And the word says that God's strength is made, or our strength is made perfect through God. And so when we allow Him to come into the situation and to get in the mix and to actually be a part of the things that we are doing, that's when our hopes and our dreams begin to manifest. It's often said that if our dreams were achievable on our own, then we wouldn't need God, right? And so in order for us to lean not to our own understandings, but to trust God and the plans that He has for us, then our dreams have to be big and they have to feel so overwhelming that they're unable for us to achieve them on our own. I have another devotional with Joyce Myers, and this was the same devotional a couple of days ago, that, whenever we want to do something great with our lives, and even if that's just, purchasing a home, if that's moving to a new city, if that's taking a new job, it requires our ability to cast those cares onto God and say, hey, look, I want these things and these are the desires that I have from my heart, but I can't do this by myself. And so, Lord, I need you to be with me. I need you to get in the middle of my plans so that when I, lay my plans out for you, that I know for a fact that you will be here with me. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to put this on here really quick. And so we have to trust and believe that our plans are in alignment with God. We don't ever want to be outside of God's will. And so again, this word right here just really says to me that we've got to use our faith. Faith acronym says forsaking all, I trust Him. Let me say it again. The acronym for faith is forsaking all, I trust Him. And so no matter what our hopes and dreams are, no matter what it is that we're going after, we have to keep our hopes and dreams in God, knowing that He is going to be the sustainer, He is going to be the way maker, He's going to be our guide into getting to those things that we want to accomplish. And I can tell you, crossing over into this platform and using my life as a testimony to share with you that life after loss is possible has not been something easy. This is I've been on a limb, going out and doing this, but I know this is my calling. I know that this is what I'm destined to do. I know that God put me through losing my parents so early so that I would be in the position to talk to you. But that still doesn't make it easy. That still doesn't make me say, yeah, I'm excited. I'm all in. I'm still like, okay, God, I'm doing what you told me to do. I don't know everything. I'm trusting and believing that you're going to guide me through this. And that's exactly what He's done. He has been very faithful over the last couple of months to show me exactly where I'm supposed to go, what groups I should be a part of, what emails to send, what resources to create in order to help you. And so I just wanted to leave you with that inspiration that, no matter what our dreams are, no matter what we want to do with this thing called life, we've got to do it afraid. We can't, live life scared. We can't live life timid on the side, because then we're going to get to the end of our lives thinking, man, I should have done this. I should have done more. I should have traveled. I should have bought that house. I should have took that vacation. I should have took that job. I should have relocated to that city. We don't want to get to the end of our lives with coulda, woulda, and shouldas. Steve Harvey, the comedian Steve Harvey, did a special some years back, and he was talking about not getting to heaven and then walking into a warehouse and seeing boxes with his name on it. He said that, when you get to heaven, there's going to be rooms that's going to have your name on it. And when I get to heaven, I'm going to see a door that says Kenesha on it. And when I walk in there, I want that room to be empty. Because if I walk into that room and I see a whole bunch of boxes that has my name on it, then that just means those were blessings that I left on the shelf because I was too scared to go after it, or because I was too afraid and I didn't know how to do it, so I just left those blessings on the shelf. No, when I get to heaven, I want to walk in my room and I don't want to see anything in there, because that'll let me know that every blessing that was laid up for me, I was able to receive it while I was on earth. And so I hope that helps you in just processing in your mind that whatever you're going through, whatever hopes and dreams that you have, whatever desires and things you wish to accomplish, that we definitely got to go after those things right now. And we have to do it afraid. No matter how we feel, we got to take the first step and allow God to be our guide. All right? So as we transition into my 2 for Tuesday talks, like I mentioned at the beginning, so we're going to talk about handling grief triggers and people watching. So handling grief triggers, on this grief journey, and as you're getting through your season, there's going to be a lot of things that you see, you smell, you taste, you hear, that is going to remind you of your loved one. And it can remind you in a happy way, and it can remind you in a very painful way, okay? And so I want you to know that triggers are normal, that, just because you heard a song and you started crying, don't start wondering, why am I doing this? This is completely normal. This is a very normal reaction. You are having a grief trigger, okay? If you go somewhere and you smell a smell that reminds you of your loved one, maybe it was their perfume, or it was the scent of the hospital because you went to the hospital where your loved one passed away. All of those triggers are completely normal, and it takes time to get through them. Some of them we actually may not ever get through. One of my triggers is my mom's ringtone. And so, before she died, her ringtone on my phone was Boyz II Men, Mama. And to this day, 13 years later, I cannot listen to that song, because psychologically in my mind, when I hear that song, I equate my mom calling me. And I obviously know that she can't call me no more. And if I heard a ring, I can't pick up and hear her voice on the other end. And so I can't listen to that song. I can't. I refuse if it comes on the radio. It's especially difficult at weddings. That's usually the most popular song for the groom and mother dance. Most grooms chose that song for the groom and the mother son dance, and 9 times out of 10 that's the song, and I usually have to leave. No, I not usually. I get up and leave when I know that like the father daughter dance, because that's usually first. When that happens, I know the mother son is coming, and I'm usually somewhere close to the exit, because as soon as I hear that beat drop, I walk out because I can't hear it. And so I just want you to know that triggers are absolutely normal. And like I said, some triggers you may not be able to overcome, and that's okay. But you have to rest in the fact that you have to set a boundary for that trigger. So for me, like I said, I know most times than not, the mother-son dance is going to be Boys to Men Mama. So because I know that, I prepare myself to walk out and to be in the bathroom or to go outside. Songs are usually 5 minutes long. And so I'll just exit and I'll go out. Even my husband knows that when we're at a wedding or, wherever we are and that song comes on and I take off, it's because I can't hear it, because I correlate that with the phone ringing and I know that she's not calling me. So I just want you to know that triggers are absolutely normal. They can be a smell. Hospitals, give me an eerie feeling because I lost both of my parents in the hospital as well as my grandmother. So the smell of a hospital can be a triggering. I'll give you one that's kind of unheard of, but when my mom was transitioning in that moment, and they put a device on you to make sure that your heart is no longer beating, but the sound of that sounds just like when you go to the bank and you're in the drive-through and the outside teller, suction cup thingy that comes in. I used to work at a bank, so so from the inside, it's the exact same sound that I heard when they was putting on her heart to hear that her heart had stopped. And so for a while, I couldn't go to the bank because the sound of the teller machine, that teller window suction cup thingy, was the exact same sound as them listening to my mom's heart to check to see that her heart wasn't beating. So that was a trigger for me. There is a plug-in, Glade plug-in. It is the lavender scent. I can't smell that because that's the scent that I put in my grandmother's room to help freshen up the room while she was there. And so now when I smell that smell, it's a trigger that I remember her. And so I just want you to know that triggers are absolutely normal, okay? Triggers it's gonna happen. It's especially with, songs, television shows, things that we see and things that we smell, and the things that we hear are normally the triggers. But I just want you to know that if you are having those, it's normal. It's normal to cry. It's normal to break down. It's normal to be upset. But I just want you to have boundaries in place so that we can start to get through the triggers. Not that we're going to get over them, but that when they occur, that you know to leave. That if you hear a song, that you know to change it. We don't want to sit in that pain. We want to transition through it. And so I just want you to know that it's normal, but you also have to have boundaries in place to protect yourself from it. And a second talk for today is people watching. So oftentimes we get to a place where we start watching other people and we say, dang, how are they able to, do this? Or, how are they able to do that? With this grief journey, and really, my second two for Tuesday is more of a general everyday. We can't watch people, okay? We can't, keep our eyes on what the Joneses are doing, We've got to keep our eyes on our lives, and we've got to move towards the things that we have planned for ourselves. We cannot get caught up in what everybody else is doing, the places that they're going, the things that they're buying, the clothes they're wearing. That's not our journey. And the biggest one of all is you don't know what that person had to do to get those things, right? We only know our stories. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes of somebody else's household. You don't know what they had to do to get that trip to Cabo. okay? You don't know what they had to do to buy that Gucci purse. You don't know what they had to do to, get this big old house that they have. You don't know the kind of hell that they're going through having to pay for that house, okay? To pay for that car that they're driving, to endure, the hardships that may have come with purchasing that bag, or the scrutiny that they're getting because they have it. You don't know. And so I don't ever want you to people watch. I don't want you to focus. We have to be like horses that are running a race. If you've ever watched a race, and I'm from Kentucky, so don't mind me, Kentucky Derby, but if you've ever watched horses, sometimes they have blinders on as they're running, right? And this is because they don't want to be able to see to the left or to the right of them. When we start looking left and right, that's when we start to get distracted, okay? That's when we start to look at them and like, okay, well, what are they doing? They're moving. Wait a minute, I need to keep up. Wait a minute, I need to keep up. No, we don't need to keep up with anybody. We are our own race. We are our own competition. Put those blinders on and get laser focused on your goals, your dreams, your desires, your healing, okay? We can't see that, my loved one just passed away, but this person has, endured 13 years. So why am I not feeling better? Well, that person has gone through the years of working through their grief, okay? I don't want you to compare yourself to me. You may be in year 1 in this. You may be in year 2 in this. I am in year 13 for my parents as a whole, but I'm actually in 21 years from having lost my father. And so you can't compare journeys right now. All you can do is you can use it as an inspiration, and that's all that I'm here to be. Is I want to be nothing but an inspiration to show you that it's possible. But I don't ever want you to compare where you are right now to where I may be or where someone else may be. And that's for grief, that's for life, that's for everything. We don't ever want to compare ourselves. We want to be laser focused with our blinders on, not looking to the right or to the left, okay? We want to be straight focused on our goals. As long as we continue to put one foot in front of the other, to continue to press on towards the mark, to continue to set goals, make a plan to achieve them, and to get there, that's all we can do, all right? So I just wanted to drop those 2 nuggets on you today. I pray and hope that you are having a fantastic week. Like I said, if you have not gotten your free gift from me, which is the Live Again bundle, be sure to click the link in my bio or to visit iwillliveagain.com. I have a completely free gift for you. That is a healing journal, so you can begin to put pen to paper and write out all those thoughts and feelings that you're having inside, and to also healing affirmations that you can begin to decree and declare those good things that you hope and aspire to be for your future. All right? I want to thank you again for joining me for another week. I'll be right back here next Tuesday with another Grief and Motivation Talk. Until then, be sure to take care of yourself. I am here with you. Take care. Bye-bye.